Hi everybody, I'm Sebastian from Holden and we're here at NAB 2018 taking a look at a Datavideo Nighthawk. We've got Miguel from Datavideo here. Can you run us through the camera?
Sure, of course. So this is the Datavideo Nighthawk. It's a low light production camera. And the reason why Datavideo has me here talking about it is because I do some videos with Datavideo, tutorials, things like that, but I also work as a DP and a cinematographer. Some of my work is on Netflix, and they wanted me to take a look at this camera and see what cinema applications it has and really push it to the limit. And I've gotten to know the camera just over the last couple days, but from what I understand right now, this is not a production model yet. This is still beta, so we still have a few things that we're going to improve in the camera. But we have 12-bit image processing at HD for 24 and 30 frames a second. So it's a kind of the equivalent of getting ProRes 444 recording and then running into Premiere or Resolve and doing some light color grading and then exporting your 10-bit 422 because everyone has to watch 10-bit. So that's all going on inside the camera. At 1080p 60, it's doing 10-bit processing. The low light performance is really good. We've pushed it up to the equivalent of 50,000 and 100,000 ISO. It's still got pretty clear pictures and it looks really nice. It's still got really nice color representation. As you can see in the box, we can't even see the color chart when we're exposed out here. And this light is not very good. It's just convention center lighting. And inside it's probably less than a foot candle on the back of the box itself. And it's getting a really sharp image, and the ISO I think couldn't be at more than 2500. At the moment, I don't know what the native ISO is at for the low light performance, but it looks like a really clean image to me. The other main feature about the Nighthawk I think is really important, makes my job easy as a DP, is that it has built-in Wi-Fi streaming so that you can send your image over to an app. And you can also manually control all of the camera's video and audio features through the app as well. And that makes it so that I can just go about 20 feet away and remote control the camera, or if I have a client or a very hands-on producer, I can just hand it to them and then go and do my job. Also has, yeah, sir.
Is that app iOS and Android?
It's Android only currently, but we're going to be doing the iOS version. I think we're just trying to get approved by Apple like everybody else that's having trouble with an app. The full-size XLR inputs are really cool. And then we also have an HDMI and really importantly 2 SDI outputs. And that lets me send over to a monitor for field recording. I can still run this, by the way. And then I have 2 SDI outputs and I can run that to a switcher or another recorder or somewhere in Video Village. And then through this USB port here, you can hook it up to the same tablet and you can run an app in the background to do live streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube Live built into the system. And then lastly, there's a remote input and there's a LAN connection here so that you can run a servo lens and then you can control all of this through a desktop browser.
Very, very neat. And I noticed you got multiple quarter width mounting points at the top there for accessories and anything like that.
So currently the camera is only a brain. So with that in mind, they designed it to have a ton of 1/4-20 threads all over the camera on the bottom, on the top, and along at a 45-degree angle on the railing. That's also really cool for me because with a lot of cameras I shoot, whenever I get, I'm doing a DSLR for whatever reason, I own a Panasonic GH5 for instance, I'll have to run it into a camera cage and then I only have one circle of threads.
Yeah, and so you're always trying to bolt stuff on, whether it's a transmitter or a monitor or a recorder or anything like that, so always handy. Yeah. That's very, very cool. And on the app front, I noticed when I was playing with it earlier, the latency really is quite minimal. So,
that's right, yeah.
So almost real time. That's really impressive.
Yeah, that was a huge deal. And then the controls you can get in there, and currently there's no physical buttons on it. I believe that they're going to be adding a few, but you're doing almost all of your control through the app, and you can run this on any smartphone or tablet.
That's very, very cool. We're looking forward to seeing a release version.